Hello gamers, it is Larsen here, and today I have a story about how I made a new Super Mario Bros. Wii mod in middle school to just get an 100 on a school project. So, I made a mod, and the footage that you see in this video is of the mod. It's called Larsenv Super Mario Collection. But the story behind it is fascinating. Like, if you Google it, you'll see tons of YouTube videos for it, and they have millions of views. And it's just funny to me because I really did not put much effort into this mod, but it turned out to be something that just worked, you know? So, I was just trying to make my own mod. This was before I was in middle school, or just before I was doing this school project. I was once trying to make my own mod, New Super Mario Bros. Wii mod, because I used to compile a bunch of New Super Mario Bros. Wii mods into WBFS form, and I wanted to try something new and make my own, but it didn't really work out. I was relying on someone else to do some level design for my game because I wasn't creative enough to design my own levels. I think that this was a little bit before Super Mario Maker came out. Not even creative enough to make good Super Mario Maker levels, really. I made a thread on Dark Umbra. I don't know if you remember Dark Umbra. It was a wares forum where you shared people shared games and copyright infringement galore. I used to be really active on it. I used it in my childhood days, but Nintendo in February 2020 they took the site down and took the owner to court. And I knew the owner. It's sad, but I'm kind of glad it's gone. It turned out to be a sea of greed. It used to be a place with a community of friendly, creative people. Then it just turned to a sea of greed. Anyway, I made a thread on Dark Umbra called Larsen v Super Mario Workshop, and I just released the files that I did haphazardly. I don't even remember what I put on there. But I revived the project for a silly reason. I was in a class in 8th grade that was called Robotics / Gaming, but robotics was just Lego Mindstorms NXT stuff, and the second semester was quote unquote gaming, but it was just really making your game in Game Maker, which apparently isn't that bad. But anyway, most kids in that class were terrible. They were like mostly jock type kids that didn't care to do their work. When we got the chance to play the games that we made for a project, most of them were broken, and no one knew how to use Game Maker properly. We had a Coach Anderson, as a teacher. I was kind of scared to talk to him for a funny reason, because I didn't want to bring up that the school police officer found me skipping gym class by staying in the bathroom. I never got in trouble for it. But that was in 6th grade, but this is in 8th grade. That haunted me for all my middle school years. I used to, because I was supposed to have a session during my PE classes, I would hide in there, and then one day I heard the police officer say, "Open the door." I'm like, "You've been in here for way too long," he said. And I just claimed I fall asleep or something. I never got in trouble. He talked to Coach Anderson, but nothing ever happened. I was scared. I used to just sit in the bathroom, be on my iPad, and do stuff. Anyway, he told me to make a Mario type game. He told us to make a Mario type game. But I was sick of Game Maker after making 2 games with it. This class wasn't really a lecture type where the teacher tells you how to make the games. I combined some of the new Super Mario Bros. Wii mods to make a new game. Like some elements from here, some elements from there. I took some character mods and other things. The first project was like a Flappy Bird game, then the next one was like a Space Invaders game, if I recall. But yeah, he just told us to make a Mario type game, and I just went wild. Each world in the game was taken from a different New Super Mario Bros. Wii mod, but I didn't really test the game to make sure it's beatable, but surprisingly, it actually pretty much was beatable, as far as I know, because these YouTube videos of this Sirloin Playbox guy who went and played my mod, which I'll tell you about in a minute. It's funny how these videos got millions of views. I replaced the stages, not sure about the tile sets. I don't think I replaced any tile sets. Anyway, I got a 100 on the project. Everyone seemed to like it when we played the game, and mine was the best in the class just because it's a mod, not actually a game coded in Game Maker. The teacher asked what program I used to make it. I said Dolphin. Yeah, obviously I put this on the computer by playing it on Dolphin. And after that game, we were told to make a final game, one that was so good that it could be published. No, the games that were made weren't good enough to be published at all. Again, there was some really terrible people in this class. I think another class with the same coach, um, a lot of people made decent games, but I can't say that because I wasn't there. But these kids were just terrible. They liked playing sports and stuff like that, which isn't the problem. It's just that they were terrible. Anyway, I don't remember if anyone made working games really. I just know that they probably didn't work. What I did was download newer Super Mario Bros. Wii and put it on the computer. Once again, I got an 100. The teacher asked me what program I used to make it. Again, I said Dolphin. So basically, everyone was to load up the game that they made in Game Maker on their computers, and we take turns playing it. The teacher called this an arcade. I basically cheated on the last project. Not like I was learning much. By the way, about newer, some kids like, did you make this? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, no. And anyway, in high school, this is where things got more interesting with classes. Some people downloaded the game after I put it on Dark Umbra. They said it was good, I guess. I can't remember that. That's what everyone said. I don't know if you guys remember Dark Umbra, but you used to have to reply to threads to get access to the content people were sharing, which in the final years turned into a like button, and all the threads on Dark Umbra were spammed with messages saying thanks. Also, the coach was always at his desk. And like I said, some footage of the mod got on YouTube by the Sirloin guy. They first called it the mod quote-unquote Super Mario Collection, removing my name entirely. Later videos had my name in it, but here's a part that surprises me. For a shitpost of a project, the videos that he made got millions of views of playing this dumb game. And I just looked at one of the videos and someone was saying, this should be new Super Mario Bros. Wii 2 from some random person. Just for a stupid mod that I made in middle school. And it looks like the game is fully playable despite me not testing it. I did not make the levels that were used in the game, but this is really surprising. Anyway, that's the story of how Larsenv's Super Mario Collection turned from a school project to something that got millions of YouTube views. Bye.